I'm doing some more work on the Mercedes Benz today because there's a couple things that are going to make my quality of life better for a daily driver, as well as just some things to complete the interior and that sort of thing because it's seen better days. Since you've last seen it, I've stripped it down to bare metal and have cleaned it inside and out just immaculately. So it's pretty darn good in there, but like I said, there's just a couple quality of life things that we can do to make it a little bit better. I have a new door card for the driver's side. This was actually pretty hard to acquire because all of them had the same sort of issue with the pad on there being split, and I'll take and show you the one that's in the car as well. But we also have a sort of menagerie of other parts here. I've already replaced the shift knob just because I couldn't wait, but I also have a new shift boot trim piece for that. This is the door lock actuator for the driver's side because mine has that sort of machine gun effect. The window switches because mine were faded here. The white plastic was showing through and the trunk button was not working, so now that should work. Got this new trim piece for the back. It's the ashtray. I got the new cup holder. Color swatches from Vinyl Frog. We're going to take a look, put some of them on, kind of see which colors we like best, what matches best with that interior too, because the blue leather on there is super cool, and I thought, you know, having a blue car would match that pretty well. So this is that part that I was talking about, that just armrest, and this one's very nice, tucked in. And then I have all the pieces to complete this otherwise, though. That's that sort of machine gun effect. But this is the one that's in here now. It's just, I guess the glue's come up from the plastic. And I probably could have, you know, tried to re-glue it and retuck it, but I just said, f it. And that's what I was talking about with these. Those are all worn down, and then this thing is, it stays. It won't pop back up. So then I have to keep fighting my trunk to let it actually let me close it. So that's super fun. And then same thing on the passenger side. It's also coming up right there. So this was that ashtray, and that was just missing before, so good to get that one in. And then, like I said, I replaced the shifter there because the one previously was yellowing and peeling off, so that was a good thing. And then finally, the other trim piece that I did off camera was this cup holder, which doubles the cup holding space because previously I just had this. So fun little one. I actually really like that mechanism too, so that was cool. All right, and then to the best of my knowledge, there's just gonna be one bolt right in there. It's a Torx bit, and then there's gonna be another one under here. Okay, just to pull straight out, my finger strength was lacking a little bit there. It's another T, and I'm not sure if anything is actually in there or not, but regardless, you got one T-bit there and one there. I am having a hell of a time, but I managed to get the switch module out, and that was hooked in to the back of the door, so it's hooked in right there. So I ended up just pushing all of it forward and then prying the little connectors back. This one, just kind of, this thing like slid into place and then was able to pop the whole thing out. This one ran down to a light at the bottom of the door, so it was kind of tucked in there. I just found it easier just to peel this whole thing out, which I did with just a screwdriver. Peeled it out, and then that's good. Last big thing is the door handle, which has been a pain in the ass. But I'm just gonna remove this and allow it to come through here, but it's got, let's see if I can get you back there. There's no slot for it to come out of, which I guess is good, because I mean, I wouldn't really want my door handle to stop working, but it also makes it tedious to replace or remove. Looks like just about everything is on the new one. Probably just do some cleaning while I'm in here, but for the most part, you know, everything appears to be here. Here's the little hook that I'm trying to get out on the other one. So still gotta figure that out, but looks like most of the connectors are here. The only thing I haven't figured out is how to take off that door handle. It had those little like T15s there, but then it's also got this thing here. It's got these ribs on it, and it's got a couple things holding it down, so I'm not sure how I'm supposed to get that one off. I was trying to take a look at this one to see if it gave me any sort of indication, but there looks like all the ribs are on one piece, so I may have to just pry that up and then push it through. Kind of figure that out as we go. Okie dokie. Let's turn on the key. Oh, very good. Okay. This one doesn't make the like satisfying click noise that the others do, but it also works, so that's good. Okay, alright, well, looks better, feels better. So we've got basically all the door components off. I removed the electronics, and I've just got them over here, so that way nothing's hanging and pulling down on the electronics here. Big thing to be careful of, that's your airbag, so don't want to f with that. Probably gonna, you know, undo the battery just while we're working in this area. But here is our actuator. So we had to remove that one screw for the trim piece. And then other than that, I believe it's just 1, 2, and 3. And that's all that holds this in here. We will have to go and remove this trim, I believe, as well. And then there's going to be a longer screw that screws into this faceplate. And then we can remove this whole thing in order to get the actuator out. And then I've heard that I may have to drill out these rivets, which would kind of be a pain in the ass because I only have a rivet gun that creates threads, not one that's just like these sort of single-use ones, so I may have to pick that up. But anyway, I want to start getting it out of the car and then kind of go from there. Those were just the 3 connecting, and it feels like it's pretty loose. Now what I want to do is just make sure that we got all of the electrical connections removed. And then these sort of bits look like I can snip them and rerun them. But it's all just going to follow right back to here. So we'll just pull that one out and then use some wire nippers and nip those cable ties and pull this all the way out. And the trim was just a matter of pulling it back. It's got the little snaps on the back here. So I believe it's gonna be this guy here that we are putting a bit through, which does not give us a ton of space. So hopefully it's the size I have. I got super lucky that this T15 worked and just pulls that straight out. And then this one, see if I can get a better angle for you. But yeah, this guy just pulls out, and it's got an electrical connection on there. And then the door handle is also supposed to slide out. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, so yeah, door handle just kind of glides right on out. Damn, it's way dirtier than I expected to. Okay, so door handle is out. That's cool. Dang, that stuff is roughed up. Get that electrical connector out, and then I should be okay. I tried to sort of wiggle it out here. The biggest issue is these guys here. Trying to get them to cooperate is tricky, and then we've got this thing that's just gonna scratch the hell out of the door, so that's fun. I may end up putting that little cover back on in the meantime. In between time, let's see. That way maybe it just won't scratch up the inside of the door, which would be cool. But yeah, it's looking like it's gonna be too thick to come out. Maybe, let's see. I would love if I don't have to drill out anything. All right, we're using a 5/32 drill bit. I think that should do it. Alright, so I just ended up rotating the drill around a bit, and that one is ugly as hell. Left a pretty gnarly hole as well, but I should be able to get it out now. Just pushing this thing back and sliding this thing out. That's the hope, at least. Oh man, come at this from a different angle. That is the question. Okay. Seems like she's coming out. Just not in a great position. Very strange position, honestly. Okay. What the fuck? Let's try and get all these cables out of here. There's that jumbled fucking mess taken out. So I went ahead and reinstalled the bolts on this one just for safekeeping while we worked on the old one. So I'm just gonna clean this up as well as clean that area up, because this is probably the only time I'll see it until we do the wrap. And I'd rather have clean parts than dirty parts. Oh, and then this was the, yeah, where I got it from. And the sort of part numbers there. Got it in though. Now we gotta get the door handle reconnected before we move on. Okay, it's on, but now I need to tighten it up. Looks like it's on now, so let's see. Can we tighten it? Ooh, that actually feels like it's tightening. Hallelujah. So now we're gonna connect the electronics and see if it works. All right, I've got her plugged back in. So it only, no movement, and I can hear it trying to move, but obviously since it didn't lock, it's just, I don't even know, this fucking car, I swear to God. So I read online that apparently it won't lock until you completely put everything back together and start the car, do all that. So I don't know, I zip tied everything. I'm gonna clip those, put that back behind that thing. Maybe I'll just start the car and see if it'll lock. But I don't know if everything needs to be plugged in or what the hell is going on. It's kind of wacky and I'm not looking forward to it. But because that one did the same thing when I plugged it back in, it makes sense, I guess. It wouldn't lock, so I don't know. We'll see. Well, that's just grand. This thing looked like it was screwing off, so I just was like, keep going. Yep, just shared it. So that's cool. No door handle on the new one, I guess. I'll deal with that later. Important thing to note here, while most of the W203 parts are compatible with each other, such as this door card, some of the lower models or base models didn't come with like steering wheel adjustment, while this one does. So I was trying to put this together and was running into that issue. So it was just a matter of taking this out and we're gonna reuse the one that I had on there. And it was not pretty, but it's those, and they have these little securement clips on them that look like that. I'll show you a little closer in a second. So predominantly it's just got the couple little clips here and then there. This is the door handle that'll come with it. And then the one thing that you gotta take out from that sort of like carbon fiber is this one. You got some funky little clips on there. I found if you just kind of bend it backwards away from that centerpiece, sometimes it'll come out easier. Once we swapped that out, it just popped right in, super easy. Next big part is gonna be getting the hook on the door handle right there. Kind of hard to video while I do it, but I'll do my best. As far as the door locking goes, it appears like it's just this plastic trim piece that bumps into this, and if that's depressed, it'll actually lock. So, oh, fuck. What have I done? Okay. But it still doesn't go down and still just opens. So I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board on this. I have no idea. Okay, so I've got it to a point where if I lock that and push this, it will lock and unlock, which is great. Which leads me to believe that this being maybe a little bit shorter than the one that I took off is what's causing it to not be able to lock. So I have to do some experiments with it, but I think as soon as I attach this to the door handle, it's ever so slightly engaged, which is not allowing me to lock the car. So gotta figure that one out. As soon as I put the door panel back on, go to engage this, and it's fully engaged. Got the key here. Let me see if I can do this all one-handed. All right, let's see. So I'll push this button. Yeah, see, nothing. I can still, from the outside, open it. I don't know what's going on with that. I've got the entire thing taken apart again. This is the brand new one, and this is sort of my last ditch effort, is to replace the original cable from the door handle on the original actuator with this one, in hopes that maybe this one is just ever so slightly smaller. So I don't know, we're just gonna go for it, try and put it back together, hope nothing else breaks. I'm so frustrated I could scream, but let's keep going. All right, moment of truth on this one. Swapped all that good stuff out. All right, we're gonna, okay, clickety click, clackety clack. Let's see. Pressing down that button with the car key. Oh, yes, please. I haven't installed this yet, so I'll just reach my hand in there. And you take a look right here. I'm pulling, nothing's happening. Okay, that seemed to have fixed it. I'm gonna get the rest of it buttoned up off camera so you don't have to watch me do it a third time. And then gotta get all the electrical connections back together as well. So I'll be right back. Okay, everything is reinstalled as it was. Tweeter, door trim, the light underneath, the sensor panel that's gonna hit that guy, and the outside. Moment of truth. Let's go, baby. Oh, that was so embarrassing to have to deal with that little machine gun thing before. This took me way too long. We got the replacement door handles in, so we're gonna get this all buttoned up, put that back together, and then rivet the car. All right, the sort of back bracket's in. I gotta wait to put in the screw. I think it's actually on this one. It'll go in the door and screw in. Then I'll put that back plate, but I think they look pretty class. That black is a lot sleeker than anything else on this. This is kind of out of place, but I'll end up doing this to 3 of the doors because I got 3 of the handles. But yeah, let's go rivet the door. These were the rivets that we drilled out, and the ones we're going to be replacing, I believe they're 13/16, but I got to double check on that. All right, that bottom one definitely. The top one, I kind of wrecked it a little bit when I was getting the thing out, but we'll see. Maybe it'll hold. All put back together. Like I said, this almost seems out of place how nice it looks, but all done. If that wasn't enough punishment, I'm gonna redo this one because it's missing, and I got a new door card in for that one. So while I'm in there, change out this shiny gloss to you know, the new matte one. I went ahead and got the door handle off, and this is why that used stuff is hit or miss, because that's gross, and this is gross, and that's gross. So I gotta clean the whole thing before we put it back in. All right, that's 2 door cards done. This brand new, this not coming up, looking a lot better. Unfortunately, the mechanism on these is a little bit different. I actually like this one way better because this one's got this weird twisty, and then the screw lives in this housing and it can't come out. It's actually really annoying, but regardless, they're different, so I have to take off the entire panel to even just replace this little thing. A little frustrating, but you know, once it's done, then we'll move on to those. And then I think the interior is about buttoned up. This was that part that I was talking about. This, like I said, the screw for the top of the handle lives in here. So unless you like break out those pieces, but then also this thing is tiny and it's a 27. So I've been trying to, where is it? Oh, this is my 27. It won't even fit. So I literally just have to break them off every time because I don't know how the f else to get this out. It's a great design, German engineering. I had a lot of other stuff planned with the headrest motors and other stuff like that, but honestly, this was like the biggest issue facing me every day. Obviously, the recline on the passenger side, that's a big L for anyone that sits in my car. But day to day, the thing that affected me most was that regulator. That little shotgun effect, I'd be sitting there with my clicker, clicking it back and forth probably 10, 15 times. So that is a huge dub. I was going to do more, but honestly, I'm pretty beat, and that was close about 8 hours. So I'm going to call it there. I got one little surprise left for you guys, but then that's going to be it for this video. I got a color swatch palette. 6 different colors here that I thought might suit this car based on the blue inline on the interior. So got more of your dark blue on the left here. I went with a lot of the metallic sort of colors. This one's not, and then this one is also not. I also think this one was predominantly used on BMWs. Damn, the contrast between those dirty ass fingers and this clean ass wrap. And then sort of more teal, sea foamy. I think this one was predominantly like Porsche. So I don't know. I kind of like, what was it? This was the one I thought I was gonna like the most, but I'm not sure now. I'll give you one last nice view on each of these. And let me know what you think in the comments. Which one do you think we should use? I haven't ordered anything yet because I'm still deciding. While most of the car isn't blue, it does have the sort of blue inlays in the seats on the front and rear. So that's kind of where I was using that as an accent color that I thought could be a cool color for all around. Still gonna get to those, but just not today.